Okay, I think we're back. Well, I lost connection right at the death, and
Yeah, I tried what I could. See, Dan's back. Dan, you can't blame the disconnect on ACC now.
Yeah. No. I lost all connection, and the stream went down. So apologies for that. Literally, we saw Philip Minnar across the line, and I've just joined back in. But you've probably been chatting away, but you haven't been live, I'm afraid. But you are live now, Nick. So maybe you can take over. I think you should be back live.
All right, fantastic. Philip, first ever victory. Tell us how that felt, buddy.
Terrible for about 80% of the race with 7 bazillion degree weights. I mean, I did screw up the strat. I put it way too late, but thought that was a lucky race. And I would say that was a nice dice with the Saya at the end. Great defending.
So I know for a fact that you and Sass are in a comms channel all the time, and Sass has second monitor running. Was he not feeding you information, telling you that, hey, S is pitted and he's blitzing everybody, jump onto dries now?
Funny enough, yes, but also no. There's more Ross. He did come in for dries after his pit stop went completely south, and he just said come in. The slicks are way better, and I stayed out for 3-4 laps just to make sure. And I've got to be honest. This race probably would have been in the bin for me if it wasn't for Christy and Ross and Sass. So I'm very fortunate about that.
Awesome to hear that the team's getting involved there. And Zahir, from your side, I think you were saying you hadn't had too much practice or weren't quite sure. I think you came in a little bit hot from work and just having had supper and things like that. But you seem to get your strategy absolutely spot on. Was that planned from the beginning?
No, well, we see what the conditions were. Well, I mean, if I didn't get practice, I don't know about Bash. He basically was he hopped into quali, didn't do practice since yesterday. But also Philip was just blitzing in that Merc. I know the Merc is traditionally quick here, but he was driving so well. So I tried something different with the strategy. Bash got the call right. He called slicks at the start. Unfortunately, he got tangled up with Ross there. But he was on the right strategy because he said the slicks were actually working quite well. So I waited until I could make it to the end on a full tank of fuel, and then I put it for slicks and saw where it would take me. But I think with Philip staying out longer on the wets, I was longer in the wet on dry tires. So I think my tires just grained up horribly.
But you were taking out about 3 seconds a lap on that undercut being on the right tire, and when you come out, you had about 15 to 17 second lead over Philip, and we'd thought that basically was it. We thought it was a masterstroke of a strategy call, exactly what it was, because your pace was less, but it just gained you such a momentum. I didn't think there'd be enough time left, but that obviously wasn't the case towards the end. Yeah,
the tires grained up pretty badly in the wet conditions, so Philip didn't have as much time on the dry tires on a wet track, so they weren't as messed up. Okay. But I enjoyed it. He totally deserved that win. He was super fast today, and I enjoyed the battle at the end there. I'm so annoyed I got that slide, but I don't think there's no way I would have kept him behind. It was just he was too quick.
Yeah, we saw it happening at that moment. We saw the exit onto that Bentley straight, and we just said, right, Philip's got the exit. He's got to make this work. He's absolutely got to make this work. It's now or never, basically. I know there was time left, but you don't see the likes of you or Bash making mistakes too often. So, yeah, that was phenomenal to see, and we really appreciate the entertainment, guys.
I think you switched liveries a little bit as well, so there'll be a bit of buffing out to be done on those side doors, but a nice, fair fight in the end, eh?
Yeah, I was a bit of rubbing. I didn't think it was that.
No, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. You go back and watch it. It was fantastic. We watched it a second time. It was that good. Really, really good.
Oh, no, Great drive. I really enjoyed it. I hope he did as well.
I did.
It was flipping awesome. Yeah, I was smiling even though I lost, but it was still good.
And if Bash, are you still there? I see you got a microphone muted, but I think we missed you. So Bash, just a shout out for you. I'm not sure whether Nick's already covered this, but you wouldn't been covered on air. Obviously, you're on a bit of a recovery drive from your start, pushing around with Ross Bartle. How was it fighting your way through the field? Good fun?
It was good fun, yeah. Well, any result today was a bonus because I wasn't even going to make this race.
Yes.
Luckily, I just made it in time. Was quite happy with my quali, surprised to get second, and I made the right call on the start. I just got spun around on lap 2, so I had to start again from P20. Had about 15 to 20 seconds of damage, so my rear was a bit loose. But yeah, I was happy with the recovery. Not too bad considering. And I'll take the points for now, for free basically.
Well done, superb. I think all three of you were brilliant. Really, the strategy call from Essa was definitely worth a punt because I think otherwise the gap, quite honestly, would have probably been a little bit more from what we could gather. The recovery drive from Bashir Jadrat and obviously Philip Mana. Huge congratulations on your first win in ACC Division 1.
Muchas gracias, señor.
So, Nick, what have we got coming up before we sign off? And apologies for the cut. I'm not quite sure what that was, but I lost all internet very briefly at my home. But next time I'm commentating, I'll be somewhere else. So maybe that's a good omen. I'm not sure. But what's going on next week?
Right, next week we are back in the Sim Legends. Of course, remember that is the Maserati 250Fs, the V12 screaming madness that is. And we at Bremgarten, which is a Swiss track, Daniel. Can you believe it? We're in Switzerland next week racing. 1954 track. That is not to be missed. Got to be one of my favorite mods ever.
Surely that circuit's under snow right now.
You've got to imagine, but it is
so looking good.
Absolutely beautiful. So look out for that. That is next week, February the 28th, followed by the touring cars where we have, I think, is it going to be our third round? Yes, and we are at Thruxton. That's going to be an absolute cracker, really fast, and really going to be a great round. That's a look out for Thruxton in the touring cars. And then, of course, we will be back with the GPs a week later from there. And we are going to be on the 14th of March, and we will be at Acapone. And that will be phenomenal as well. I really look forward to it. And before you know it, we'll be back here again.
For sure. For round 3 of this enthralling ACC series already. And we've only had 2 rounds and 2 different winners. It's exactly what we want to see. So I'm all up for a bit more of that.
Definitely. And we mount Panorama next.
Yeah,
for the GT League.
That's always an ominous one.
I love that track.
That one's always interesting. Is you go up the mountain for the first time and there's a roadblock in front of you. I've done that a few times before, so we'll see how that goes. You're not going to want to miss it. In the meantime, thanks ever so much for everyone joining us and sticking with us through the odd difficulties we've had today. But we were treated with an absolute pleasure of a race and a brilliant first win from Philip Minard. So, Nick, any last words?
Just thanks, Dan, for joining. And if anybody is interested, sign up simracesa.co.za. Still plenty of action to be had for the whole series and lots of divisions. Guaranteed to find a battle or two out there for yourself, no matter what skill level you are. So come and join in. It's excellent fun.
Yeah, couldn't recommend it anymore. Until the next time we see you, though, guys, drive safe, keep practicing, and we'll see you soon. Good night.